fault. Good to hear some rowdiness back in the fans. Took them a while to get into last night's game, but they're fired up and ready to go tonight.
Immediately into this one. Now Warmaw pinned up against the boards here. Lindenwood trying to dig puck out, does so. Kentucky trying to clear the zone. Sent up from Skirton. Now Robinson to pick it up in his own zone. Looks to cross it up here, played off the boards. Nobody home, turned over to Lindenwood. Now Kentucky with possession. Just a battle for the puck here.
Yeah, good neutral zone play, back and forth. Both teams scrambling for it. Finally, Lindenwood's going to take control and come into the offensive zone.
Now looking to break in, looking for the open shot here. Puck back out to the point.
That's Guerin. He had a hat trick last night.
And now looking for the centering pass, just try to flip it over the defenders. There's Maroon trying to send it in, does so in the circle, back out to Maroon. Looking for the centering pass, tries a fire shot, just sends it right through the crease though, and Skirton able to get a stick on it, break up the play. Now puck sent back in by Lindenwood. Here's
Can Robinson clear? Yeah, it's deflected up and out, and Kentucky will get 5 fresh skaters on.
And that's going to go the length of the ice, and we're going to have an icing. It's going to go the length, come back, and we're going to have a face-off to the right-hand side of Matt Dennison.
Well, 17:25 left in the first. 1-0 Kentucky in front as Vitt wins the draw. I think Graham tried to fire that on and got blocked.
This is an odd combination. You have Vitt out with Graham and Samandel.
Coach Darby trying to change some things up. Samandel just laid out a big hit, though.
Samandel to Vitt. Here's Vitt again in the circle, in the slot. Tries a fire shot. Oh, crossed it through with Samandel. Nice play there. There's a shot from the point and a kick save. Now cleared out of the zone in Kentucky.
Length of the ice, another icing call coming. Lindenwood just trying to clear the traffic in front of Dennison. Kentucky being much more aggressive tonight on offense than they were one night ago.
Kentucky having Lindenwood reeling right now, making Dennison work for his goals.
Faceoff will now come to his left. Vitt once again will take it for Kentucky. He will go up against Nicholas Ankerstad. Vitt wins another draw. But Lindenwood now takes control, and Guerin does send it out.
It's going to go right to Beauregard there. He'll play it for Hubbard. He'll wrap it around the lines here and behind the net. Lions looking to break out here.
Hubbard playing back on defense tonight. He was up on the forward line last night.
Now puck in the Lindenwood zone. They're going to try to look for the breakout pass here. Played off the boards. There's Samandel throwing his weight around. Now turned over to Graham. Graham going to turn the Jets on. He's at the top of the zone, and he loses possession of the puck. Lindenwood looking to break out here. Puck played off the boards.
Graham was flying in with a head of steam, and Jeremy Outford with a beautiful poke check just completely took the puck out of his possession.
Here's Nicker out on the ice for Kentucky along with Jonas.
Well, Kentucky really skating hard and very well so far tonight.
Now puck at the top. Here's Saris. Saris loses possession as it's poked away. And Rypel not able to get much on it here.
You're right.
Just sitting dead in the zone. Lindenwood able to come up with it.
Didn't really have an option for a pass there to Rypel, and he was over the red line. Could have just sent it in, dumped it in deep, and employed the dump and chase method.
Wasn't paying attention to his awareness on the ice there. Now looking for a centering pass that goes in behind the net. Saris will wrap it back around to Ryapel, and Ryapel will play it back to Nicker. Nicker not able to hold on to the puck now with pressure. Looking for a centering pass, dead red shot, that's saved. It goes to the left-hand side of...
Beauregard thought that went behind him and it actually deflected away to the side.
Beauregard's lost the stick though. Can Kentucky clear the zone?
They cannot, but Beauregard did get a stick back.
There's a shot and a save by Beauregard.
That might have almost gotten through as well. And luckily for him, just went wide.
Puck finally cleared out. Holmes taking a little bit of abuse for his efforts there.
Seems like Lindenwood's now starting to get their legs underneath them and withstood the early Kentucky charge.
Here's Holmes again. He'll just flip it down toward the goaltender. And Kentucky's going to get some fresh legs out. Here comes Vitt again for Kentucky.
14:28 left in the first.
Getz on the ice now. Getz, Glass, and Vitt. Puck deep in the zone. Kept in by Morgan. Morgan fires one himself. There's the save. Now Glass trying to dig it out. Try to get it to Vitt, but it's turned over to Lindenwood. Morgan takes a hard check there.
Big collision. Big collision.
Wow. Shot sailed wide. Kept in by Lindenwood there.
Morgan and Zach Branovan just collided mid-ice. Both of them went down.
Now here's Vitt at the top of the zone. He gets it to Glass. He tried to get it over to Getz, but too much pressure on him there.
Had the right idea, just nice defense by Lindenwood.
Here's Getz behind the net here. Kept in, here's Glass. Glass had Vitt on the other side, wasn't paying attention though.
I think the fans are yelling at the ref for a penalty, and the ref just kind of stuck one finger in front of his mouth to say hush.
Wow. Still no penalty.
I think the fans wanting a check from behind call, and they're right on top of the official there.
It didn't take him off his feet though.
No,
it's
it didn't.
not warranted.
No, it wasn't a penalty there. But yeah, the fans are going to stick up for their boys in white. Face off just outside the Lindenwood zone. Believe that's Rohar in there to take it. That was.
One by Lindenwood trying to break it out of the zone. Kept in by Kentucky. In the slot. Fires a shot. That's saved. Rohar was there for the deflection. Now it skirted him with the initial shot.
Nice save by Dennison. Puck went up high, and he had to catch it almost in the neck. Had played off the upper portion of his chest, but still a nice save to keep it out. Yeah, that can give a goaltender some confidence. You know, your team in front of you turns it over, and the guy gets a wrister in the high slot, and you're able to make a save and send it away. You know, that should help Dennison's confidence after giving up an early goal.
Face off, won by Kentucky. Now puck setting in front of Borgard here. Can Kentucky clear? They do so. Now sent up, here's Holzen to the left-hand side to Malati.
Nice defense by Lyons to break up a 2-on-1.
Puck still at the top of the zone, dumped in by Warmald. And cleared out of the zone. It's going to go to the length of the ice, and we'll have an icing.
.12:34 left in period number one. You're just joining us. Kentucky still in front 1-0. Michael Getz lit the lamp just 48 seconds into this contest and beat goaltender Matt Dennison.
Kentucky looking to fire a shot here. Not able to pull the trigger.
Sent in behind once again. Hubbard out there on defense tonight. Good to have that kind of versatility from a guy that can play both in the front and back lines.
Graham looking for the pass, just put it to the skates of Simandl. Now puck cleared out by Graham. Good heads up. Lions down with possession. Sever there. Turned over to Kentucky. Now turned over, Katz with a 2-on-1. Fires a shot, saved.
Nice shot by Vid, although he had to see, should have looked up and seen he had Graham on the left side.
Penalty coming up. It's going to be on Graham.
He knew it as soon as it happened. He looked over the ref. He kind of put his head in the air while the play was going. It's a hook. So Lindenwood's special teams will be the ones getting the first opportunity and the first power play of the night.
Our second fecal matter chant of the night.
You fans out there can imagine what that is. We don't need to say it.
That's why I said
especially if you know this boisterous crowd here. Face-off won and cleared by Kentucky. Nice face-off win. In behind that, here comes Lindenwood.